I am the 5-Minute Professor, and today's lesson is on French toast. And no, it is kind of French, not super French, but more French than French fries. French toast dates back to at least the 5th century of the Common Era in a vulgar Latin or common Latin cookbook known as Apicius. Of course, it was not called French toast then. It was called aliter dulcia, or another sweet dish. The recipe called for using leftover stale bread. It was just a way to use up everything because 1,500 years ago, we didn't just throw everything away. There's a written recipe from the 14th century in Germany for what's called poor nights. By the 15th century, there's a French version known as pain perdu, or leftover bread. And in modern France, that's a dessert. So pain perdu in modern France is battered leftover bread, fried. It's served with fruit and syrup and a crème anglaise. Modern French toast, what we think of as French toast, is considered a custard like bread pudding because you're taking the bread and you're soaking it in that milk and egg mixture. The Brits call that eggy bread. So if you've ever heard a Brit ask about eggy bread, he's actually talking about French toast, and I'm sure they figured out how to make it terrible. It's also sometimes called Poor Nights of Windsor, and there are recipes, and I've made them, for how you can use French toast bread, cut it on an angle or on the bias, and then cut that in half so that you can stuff cream cheese and fruit inside of it and fry it, and it is unbelievably good and quite possibly the worst food you could ever eat, except for the bacon or sausage that goes with it. You know what? Before we perceptum quispium damnitium, there's something else I want to tell you about. In the 17th century, French toasts, as they were called by that time, included wine, sugar, and orange juice as soaking agents. In New York City, there's a version that uses challah bread. Chinese French toast. Chinese French toast is fantastic. It is something which was made because tourists in China wanted to have French toast, and the Chinese had no idea what to do. It's served in Hong Kong, it's battered, and it's deep fried. Not pan fried, deep fried. A great example of what's called tourism food. Now, my older kids like what they call spit eyes. Their stepfather is Canadian, the family's Canadian, and they take a slice of French toast, they cut the middle out, usually with a glass, put a glass over it, cut it out, drop in an egg, and when the egg is cooked in the middle, it's also called some places egg in a basket or a bird's nest. In India, French toast is thick sliced pieces of bread dredged in the egg and milk batter, mixed with green chilies and onions, served with ketchup. It happens. Great food can transcend all sorts of different environments. Perceptum, quispium, damnitium. Learn something, damn it. I'm the 5-Minute Professor, and thank you very much for listening to today's lesson. If you have any comments at all, please put them in the comments section down below. And of course, like it and subscribe to the channel. But most important, if you liked it, if you commented, and if you subscribed, tell your friends. Perceptum, quispium, damnitium. Learn something, damn it.